Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the It's Okay Kid podcast, your weekly dose of clarity and self-discovery. So this week I want to speak to you about fearing other people's opinions. I've spoke about it before, but I'm reading a book just now from Mel Robbins called Let Them. In this chapter, in the Let Them theory, she was speaking about other people's fears today, and it's something I've been speaking about, and something that really hit home with me because I just want people to go over other people's opinions. I know I've spoke about it. I've done that in the past. Fear creeps in. You procrastinate, you self-doubt, and ultimately you then don't go after your dreams and don't do the thing that you really wanted to do because you're scared or you're fearful of what other people think about you. Now, this let them theory, Mel Robbins is a really famous motivational speaker. She had the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the counting backwards, and this is her new book called It's the Let Them Theory. So it's been scientifically proven that if you say let them, and then on the flip side of that say let me with the next action, if you keep saying let them speak about me, let them think what they want, let them, then it calms you down and then gives you the courage to push forward with a let me. What can I control? There's a wee bit of stoicism in that as well. What can you control? What's the controllables? You can't control what people think because they're adults. You can't control what they say and you can't control what you think. When you're posting stuff, she used the example of she wanted to be a motivational speaker. Well, she is a motivational speaker, but when she started, she was like £1 million in debt. She'd never done this before. She was starting to learn about it, dip her toe in the water. She'd come up with this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 theory, and it was working. It was getting a bit of traction. She was doing motivational speeches for free for a year. But she really wanted to do this for a living, and she was highly motivated because she wanted to earn money to get herself out of the debt. And she was asking the more experienced speakers, like, how do you get paid? I've been doing this for a year. How are you getting paid for doing this? And they were telling her, you need to create a website. You need to put pictures on the website, you speaking, and then you need to post on social media. Now, it was that third part that the fear crept in because she'd only used her social media for family pics. So everybody on her social media was friends, people she went to school with, people she currently worked at, all the nice juicy stuff that gets that fear. Fuck, what are they going to say about me? Oh no. So that's how the let them theory came in, and that's how she came up with it. Let them speak about me. Let them judge. This is what I want to do. You cannot control another adult. So it's let them and then let me. What's my next action? You need to be consistent. That's you. Let them, because if you're worried about what somebody else is thinking about you, you've lost all your power. You need to take your power back. Let them speak about you. You're doing something for you. This is your life. This is your dream. It's not their dream. And see, sometimes it's not coming from a bad place. People can still think negative of you, easy for me to say, and also still like you. I know Lisa gets pissed off with me all the time. It doesn't mean she doesn't love me any less. You end up getting pissed off with your mates for whatever reason, or your family members, or your sister. People think negatively, I can't say that word as I've just found out. People think negatively of you, but can still like you. Sometimes it's not coming from a bad place, but ultimately, this is your life. If you want to do it, you need to do it. You need to take the power back and do the thing you want to really do. If it's write a book, if it's stop drinking, if it's podcasting, I know I always say that, whatever it is, start a fitness app, embrace your sexuality, or that might just be me, whatever it is, you need to take that power back and start posting, start putting yourself out there, like I always say. But that's it. You can't control what other people think about you, although we would like to. And you would hope that the people that you tell and the people closest to you are really supportive and they really embrace it and they really get on board. But ultimately, this isn't for them. This is for you. So you need to start prioritising. And I know sometimes Like, I know Mel was saying she couldn't post on social media and all that. I get that. I've done it myself. But sometimes it's the ones really, really close to your families that cut the harshest. I know myself, like you maybe tell them you want to do something, you don't feel that they're supporting you. It's not really coming from a bad place. Sometimes they might just be projecting their fears onto you. They might not have any experience of the thing you want to do. They might have never heard it. You might be in a good job and they don't want to see you fail. Whatever it is, or sometimes you're underweight, you're overweight, you're skinny, why are you single, you need to settle down. I've heard it all before, and so have you. But one thing I also want to touch on is a thing called frame of reference. So you've decided you want to do this thing, you've put yourself out there, you're not scared of people's opinions, but ultimately you're maybe telling some of your family members. And in the book and in the chapter, something that really hit home with me was this frame of reference, or looking, I've seen it before, I've been to therapy, and therapists try to get you to do that, look through the situation, through the other person's lens, like that's their frame of reference. So you've maybe went, and Mel used the example in the book of, she'd met this guy, she'd went away to uni, she'd met this guy, wanted to get married, fell in love, and she told her mum, and her mum says, I wouldn't pick him for you, I don't like your partner. Probably quite a lot of you have had that issue. And they used to butt heads over the years, and it was a friend that told her about this frame of reference. So she could see it through her mother's eyes, and her mother ended up in the same situation as she did. She went away to uni, met a guy, she settled down miles away from her mum and dad, had kids, never had support, and it was a tough upbringing for her. And she seen Mel in her eyes just about to make the same mistake, and said, I wouldn't pick that guy for you. Ultimately, it's not her decision, and it's not your family member's decision, and it's nobody else's decision bar yours. But ultimately, it's their frame of reference. It's their experience, which was bad or which was hard, and they don't want their loved ones to experience the same thing. So sometimes when you're telling a family member or a close friend who's not very supportive, they might be looking at this issue through their frame of reference. They might have experience of doing the thing, they might have had a hard time doing the thing, and they're not trying to put you off. It's from a place of love, but ultimately, this is your decision. But if you look at it for a frame of reference, it could stop you from falling out with them, it could stop you from butting heads, because there'll be something in there that they might be projecting onto you through their bad experience. And it might just be as easy as saying, why? Why are you saying that? Instead of butting heads, why are you coming at me like that? And then getting to the explanation, and then getting to the solution. And then ultimately, they might support you, they might know, but then there's a reason. It's for a place of love, and you don't end up falling out with everybody when you're telling them you're going to do this thing, or when you're telling them you're going to go after this project. So that's just something to think about. But the fear of other people's opinions shouldn't stop you from chasing your dreams. So thank you for listening. As always, you can hit me up on It's Ryan Monty, and I'll be back again next week with a new episode. Cheers.